Hey, what's up, everybody? I just watched the Nintendo Direct and I was like, man, I want to talk to somebody about this, but all my friends are like really busy right now. And then I remembered, wait a second, I started a YouTube channel, so might as well talk with you guys. So I'm going to run through the topics. This Direct was awesome. This is the September 2019 Direct, if anyone's watching this in the future. Man, this was fantastic. So I'm just going to run through the kind of list and some of the stuff that really jumped out at me. And then I'll talk about everything that happened, even the stuff that I don't really care too much about, but let's just kind of go through it. So the first thing they started off with was Overwatch. I know a lot of people are big Overwatch fans. I'm really not. I don't know, maybe if when I was younger and more in like my first person shooter days, like Battlefield Bad Company 2 and all that, I'd probably be more interested. But it seems pretty cool anyway. Then they jumped right into Luigi's Mansion 3, which again, nothing against Luigi's Mansion fans. I didn't have a GameCube when they came out, so I missed Luigi's Mansion the first time. It seems like a cool series, but it's just not something that really jumped out at me too much. Following that, they did their free-to-start Kirby game. It says new free-to-start Kirby game. This game was actually on the 3DS already, and it was pretty fun. And it's one of those, free to... You going? Bye. Come on. Anyway, it was one of those free to start type games where, you get power-ups and weapons and there's a timer and, you buy gems or something or other. I don't remember the specifics. I played a little bit on the 3DS. It's actually pretty fun. So with the Switch having a larger core base, maybe it'd be cool to check out. I'm not sure. Then they talked about the Trials of Mana remake just a little bit. They added some more stuff to it. They're talking about you can jump now, the combo system. They showed full voice acting. Man, I'm waiting for that. That's really jumping out at me. It's gonna be awesome. After that, they went to a new game called Trade Ship Obra Dinn. It was kind of like a whodunit mystery kind of murder game. It looked like you go on this boat and you had like a watch, and you kind of could rewind time and see what happened. It looks like you're trying to piece together what happened. So that seemed pretty interesting, pretty cool. Then, of course, they jumped into Smash, and they announced Banjo-Kazooie is available today, Shadow Drop. Ooh, big surprise. I think a lot of people saw that coming. And then the SNK rumors ended up being true, where they're dropping my boy Terry Bogard. Awesome. I'm a huge Neo Geo SNK fan. Terry is one of the best. I'm hoping alternate costume Mark of the Wolves Terry. That's pretty much, I feel like, gonna happen, but I don't know. Yeah, so then after the event, they had a whole big thing demonstrating all of the Banjo-Kazooie stuff, and they also unveiled that there's going to be a second fighter pack. So it looks like they're not stopping at 5. They're going to be more. It looks like you're going to have to pay separately for that. And also they unveiled, this was actually after the Direct, they unveiled a new set of costumes for your Mii fighters. I'm really not a big, I play Super Smash Brothers with friends. It's pretty cool. But when they showed off the Proto Man and the Zero, I was all in. I was like, I need to buy those too. And then, I love Undertale. And then they had Sans with the remake of the remix of the music. And I was like, okay. So I'm probably gonna buy those. I typically have been avoiding them so far, but I'm definitely gonna check those out. Anyway, after that, they just kept with the hits coming. You got that whole thing, a little thing on the Link's Awakening remake. I am so pumped for that. Link's Awakening is actually one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. I kind of rank the Zeldas like Link's Awakening and Ocarina of Time are like 1 and 2, with Link to the Past being 3. I'm not saying there's a huge gap. Like those are all 3, top tier games, and those are my personal three favorites. So I've been looking forward to Link's Awakening pretty hardcore. I'm one of the ones who isn't really on board with the art style, but I've other stuff has grown on me, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, after Link's Awakening, which they did say that you can, sorry to go back to that, you can actually take your Zelda amiibo and download your dungeons and bring them with you. So I personally have a set of those amiibo cards, and that'd be a cool thing to just pop over to your friend's house, like, hey man, I got my dungeon I built, boop. Seems cool. Seems like something I'm probably gonna be doing with friends. Anyway, they jumped straight into Dragon Quest XI-S, which I am beyond hyped for. I mean, I've been looking forward to this for quite a bit. In fact, once they kind of unveiled the 16-bit mode and all that, I passed on it on the PS4. Because I'm not that I wanted to avoid it or anything, but I was like, man, I want to play this, one time all the way through. Don't want to be spoiled or anything. And then, RPGs like that, 80-hour RPGs, you don't want to replay so soon. So I'm really hyped up for that one. Then they brought forward Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore. I believe that was a Wii U game. I don't know much about that. In fact, I just got a Wii U for the first time like a month ago, and I don't have that game, so I don't know much about it. But I think a lot of people are probably pretty happy about that, especially because they're bringing in Fire Emblem characters, which is another series I'm not the biggest on. But I think there's a huge audience that's going to enjoy that. After that, they jumped on to Deadly Premonition 2, and then they said Deadly Premonition 1 is coming. Once again, games I didn't really play much of, cool. Then Divinity Original Sin 2 is also coming on the Switch. Another game I didn't really play, not really, just something I didn't check out. Then Bethesda jumped on and talked about Doom 64 coming to the Switch. Now, that's something that's kind of interesting for me. I didn't play Doom 64. That was one of the very few I haven't played, so I'm probably going to be picking that up and checking it out. So we'll see what goes on there. Then they had a brand new game announced called Lock and Load is what they're saying. Prepare to go rogue in the game, which is called Rogue Company. It looked kind of like one of those free-for-all battle type games, maybe like an Overwatch or something. Once again, not something that's to my tastes, but hey, I'm all for new IPs, and Hi-Rez Studios is making it, so probably pretty cool. Then everyone knew this was gonna happen, but it happened, and that is Super Nintendo is coming to the online service. Not only that, they're doing like they did last time with the NES controllers, but a Super Nintendo one. I mean, I'm getting one of those as soon as those are available. That's happening. But beyond that, the one thing a lot of people thought was going to happen was they would up the price of the online service, which is understandable. I mean, you're adding, it's $20 a year. In fact, I think I got a full year just because I have Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, or whatever. So I already have like 2 years worth. And I was full on like, I would pay extra for Super Nintendo games, 64 games, GameCube games, but they said no additional cost. I mean, I don't know how long that's going to last, but let's just run through the games real quick, because they did have a little blurb, and this is what is going to be available tomorrow, September 5th. Brawl Brothers. This is actually my first time reading the list. This is badass. Demon's Crest. That game is fantastic. Joe and Mac 2. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Star Fox. Super EDF, it's Earth Defense Force. I actually bought that game. I have a copy of that game because Earth Defense Force, the newer like Xbox 360, PS3, 4, some of my favorite games. So when I saw that there was an EDF on Super Nintendo, I knew it was a different game, but I was like, I just gotta buy it for the sake of it. And lo and behold, it's actually a pretty good shooter. So that's a cool one. So EDF, look forward to that. Super Mario Kart. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I mean, that's a classic. That's super classic. Super Puyo Puyo 2, or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. If you Super Tennis. Now this column, this is good. Breath of Fire. I mean, you're getting freaking Breath of Fire, one of like the coolest RPGs, just straight out. You're getting F-Zero. You're getting Kirby's Dream Course, which is like a weird golf game if you never played it. Pilot Wings, Stunt Race FX, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario World 1, I guess I should have read it this way, but whatever, Super Mario World 1, Super Metroid, Super Soccer, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. You're getting all of this for free tomorrow. I mean, that is awesome. And who knows, I mean, those are all bangers, man. Like, who knows what you're going to be getting after that? It's ridiculous. Anyway, try to get this permanent smile off my face. Tekken Tetris 99 was showed next, and this is actually pretty cool too. Now, I love Tetris 99. It's one of the perks of having the Nintendo Online, and it's it's free. But they also have, like, I guess some paid content. I just kind of play it for fun, so I don't know much about that. But I make like remixes and backgrounds and stuff. But they're adding more of that. They're adding challenges where you can unlock like tickets to get more stuff, daily style, kind of like Destiny does, Monster Hunter World, these like live service games. But then they announced a physical copy in the store that comes with a year of the I keep wanting to say Xbox Live, the Nintendo Online service. I'm like, you know what? I mean, I got this stupid game shelf. I love having physical copies of games. To have Tetris 99 physical copy and you get another year to tack on to my online service, I'm probably going to be picking that up. And I think that's available this Friday. You know what? Let me actually click this real quick because it might tell me. Boop, boop, boop. We don't want to listen to all that. Anyway. Then they had Mario and Sonic in the Tokyo Olympic Games. I've actually never played that series, but if I was going to play one, I think I might start with this one. They have this cool like 8-bit, 16-bit retro mode for like 10 different courses. And I don't know, one of my favorite things to do is to go to Dave & Buster's and do the Olympic ribbon dancing game as Eggman. I don't know if that's in this game, but it's just freaking hilarious. So, I don't know, maybe I'll check that one out. Then something that to me is a little... They showed the Daemon X Machina, which comes out next week, and they're coming out with a new demo, I think today or tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it was today, showing all the changes. Daemon X Machina is like... I am looking forward to this game, but there's so many stupid games out right now. Like, I was honestly going to wait on this one, maybe like till November, because I'm still playing Astral Chain. I'm getting through that. Spoiler alert for some future stuff. I just got a physical copy of Ononaki. I'm actually going to probably do a video eventually on these the Tokyo RPG Factory games because they're really cool. I got that. Dragon Quest XI S is coming out. Now the whole Super Nintendo dropped. Monster Hunter Iceborne is on Friday, and I'm really hyped up for that. I'm a huge Monster Hunter World fan. I was gonna hold off on this game, but then they're kind of doing the Dragon Quest XI S thing, where it's you can play the demo and continue on in the game. So I'm definitely gonna do that at least, and maybe that'll help me make a choice on if I'm gonna buy the game next week or if I'm gonna hold off. After that, they're talking about Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast is coming. It's a re-release. Then they had like a sizzle reel of a bunch of little games, coming out soon. Just all sorts of little stuff. And then another sizzle reel with Farming Simulator, Devil May Cry 2, which a lot of people don't like that game, but that was actually my first Devil May Cry, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So for me, like, it could only go up from there. And Vampire and some other stuff. And then the very last thing they came out with, and this, I don't know if this got me the most hyped, or I'm really not sure how I feel about it, but the very last thing that came out was Monolith had a thing where it's like, hey, we're doing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition 2020, and I'm looking at my big box version of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now, and I'm like, right next to it needs to be Definitive Edition. Some sort of, I'm hoping for a big special edition box. I have the Pro Controller, the Xenoblade Pro Controller that I use as my like strict use Pro Controller. So I'm just fingers crossed on a sweet like collector's edition of that. And that was the Direct, and of course that's when they went back into the Smash Brothers stuff. So that was the Direct, and it was freaking awesome. Thanks for letting me talk to you guys about this. If you like this video, like I say, just subscribe, ring the bell and everything, and take it easy. Sorry. Quick addition. While I was editing, I realized I missed two pretty big things. I don't even know how I missed these. But they had a Pokemon little Direct in there where they showed that you can customize your character. They showed off some Pokemon, this camp system. And I know the game takes place in England, and they totally have a corgi Pokemon if you saw it. Oh, it's freaking sweet. I'm gonna try to put him in here. And the other thing was the new Animal Crossing game. I know a lot of people looking forward to that. That's another game that I kind of missed the first time around, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. Thanks for watching, and y'all take it easy.